Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello everyone and welcome to your English class. In our lesson today, we will take some exercises in the third unit, which is titled You've Got Mail. All you need for the lesson today is your books on the Unit-3, a sheet of paper and a pen to take down your notes. Let's get started. In this semester, we have taken so far 4 units. The first one was titled, Did You Hurt Yourself? Number 2 was titled, Take My Advice. 3 was about You've Got Mail. And number 4, which is about wishful thinking. Today we'll take some exercises on the third unit, which is in here, You've Got Mail. Let's get started with this. How are we going to cover it? We'll go over the self-reflection in your books, page 45. So it will be the objectives that we've got in there. Okay. In Unit 3, on page 33, we have discussed email, letter formats, and etiquette. How to send emails and how to write emails. In here, to start writing an email, you need to start with the subject line, and always write very brief description. Maybe you will ask your teacher about the homework. You will write a question about the homework, about the project. Maybe you can write project. Then you will start with the opener, Dear Mr., Dear Teacher. Then you will start with the body, and this is why you're writing your email. Followed by the ending, it will look something like this. So here we're having here is the email. You will write Olivia at Megagol. The subject, visit you in Paris. Then start with Hi Olivia and end up with your best friend Melanie. And we have differentiated between the formal and the informal ways for writing email. Let's look at this email. Here is Muhammad is writing an email to whom? To Ahmed at megagol.com. The subject is wonder. He's saying, Hi Muhammad, okay, here is my situation. I sent my boss an email last Thursday. He hasn't answered me yet, and it's been 4 days. Let's continue this email. He wants to wonder. He might say, in here, he could say, I wonder if he is mad at me. Okay? How about these means of communication? We're having some means of communication, which are the email, letter, cell phone, landline, telegraph, text message, and face-to-face. We will read the situation together, then each one is going to choose the most suitable way to communicate. Are you going to send a letter, use the phone, or you will use face-to-face? You are at the mall, and your friend hasn't turned up, and it's getting late, so you are alone at the mall. You want to go home, so you need to get in touch with your brother to get a lift home. You are alone at the mall and you need someone to get you from the mall. How can you communicate, or how can you get in touch with your brother? Maybe I would choose a cell phone. I will call him, or I will text him, or maybe I will find a landline and call him if I don't have a cell phone. Another situation, Fahad is at work. He wants to let his family know that he's going to be late, but he can't use the cell phone and someone else is using the phone in the office. I can't use my cell phone, even the landline I can't use it. What can I use to communicate with my family? Maybe a text message, or email. No landline and no cell phone. You can text or email them. How about the situation? You are in the country. It means outside, not in the city center, outside the city center. There is no internet connection, so any means of communication that requires you to use internet is not available. And your cell phone is not working. No cell phone as well. You want to let your family know that you will be returning by train next day. Which means of communication is the best? No cell phone, no internet. So I can't use the email. Maybe the telegraph, letter, or landline. I will send them a telegraph or landline calling them by the phone, or I can use letter. Okay. How about writing a paragraph about how to communicate with people? Here we're going to fill it out with who I communicate with. Who I will give a relationship, a friend, family, teacher, or maybe relatives. How do I communicate with them, and why I will communicate with them with this means rather than the other. Here we're having friends. I have chosen friends. How would I communicate with my friends? I have chosen to text them. I will use text messages or phone calls, regardless cell phone or landline. Because I feel that it is easier to communicate with them with text, and it is also faster to communicate with them this way. It's also convenient. Convenient, I can text them anytime and they can reply to me anytime. How about if I want to communicate with my teachers? You want to tell your teacher something away, maybe at night, or it is 9 p.m. Maybe I will send them an email. I believe it's a good idea to send them an email because it is formal, and also I can attach documents. Maybe I want to send her or my teacher, I can send my teacher my homework, my project. I can add anything. Okay. Also, here on page 33, we have made and accept apology. What do we mean when we say apology? An apology is an expression of regret or remorse for action. I did something, then I felt sorry that I did it. I spoke loudly with someone and I yelled at someone. So I need to say sorry. This is the idea of apology. How can you apologize? You will say, I apologize for not coming to your party. I'm sorry for doing this, and excuse me for doing that. A good reply for apology, it's a good idea to accept apologies. Don't worry, that is all right. I understand, and no problem. You can use any one of these to accept, to say it's okay, don't worry about it. Another function is to wish someone success. Someone has graduated, someone has got a raise, so I would wish them success. What would you say? I would say congratulations for your graduation. Or I could say all the best in your future career. I am so happy to hear that you've got a raise. And it's always a good idea to reply with thank you, thanks a lot, that's so nice of you, or you can say you made my day. All of them will say thank you for your feelings and your kind words. Now on page 34, we've discussed the idea of using the construction, which is a preposition plus a gerund. What is the gerund? It's like not swim, swimming, the ing form of the verb, and the gerund is a noun. Let's try to use them. My brother is dreaming buying a motorcycle. What do we use with dream? Is dreaming about, is dreaming of. I'd like to apologize not answering your email sooner. What do we use with apologize? Apologize for. I look forward having dinner with you next week. Look forward to. I'm thinking having a dinner get together this week. I'm thinking of. How about she's tired? When you use tired, you use it with which preposition? I'm tired of going to school every day. We succeeded saving the big tree in the park across the street. Succeeded in. And I want you to notice that afterwards we're using the gerund, which is the ing, answering, having, as well as going and saving. So you will use the gerund after the preposition, regardless of the preposition. Let's try to complete this. You will use the preposition in, on, to, about, then come up with your answer, which is the gerund. My friend looks forward, then we will use to playing football after school. Preposition, gerund. 2. My brother is interested. What do we use interested with? Is interested in reading science fiction books. Our English teacher decided to decide with or against. So against, giving a test tomorrow. My mom insists. She said no, we will do it on sleeping early. All of them are prepositions in here, followed by the gerund, sleeping, giving, and the others, gerund. Let's do the same thing in here. Here we're having in spite, although, and even though. In your books, page 34. They are all carrying the same meaning. However, the organization in the sentence will be different. He works very hard. He doesn't make much money. Here we're having a complete sentence. He works. So we can say, although he works very hard, he doesn't make much money. Ali still has problems with Russian, studying every night. It is followed by the noun studying. The gerund is a noun. In spite of studying. Teresa walked to school the rain, followed by the noun, which is the rain. In spite of the rain. He thought he bought his ticket early. He still didn't get a good seat on the plane. He bought, a complete sentence. Here we can use whether, we can use although or even though. Maha loved the new Seth Anderson novel. She didn't like the DVD, even though or although. In spite his broken leg, he still went to the ski vacation, because it is followed by only a noun. So in here, if we're speaking about using although, even though, and in spite of, it gives you two opposing ideas. Maybe it is raining. I expect everyone to stay at home. However, she went out. She is against expectations. So it was raining. She went out. We can use although it was raining. She went out. Two complete clauses. It was raining and she went out. Subject and the verb. We can also use even though. The same meaning. Even though it was raining, she went out. And these are clauses. So we have a result clause. We need to put a comma in here. How about in spite of? In spite of, the same meaning with different usage. In spite of the rain, followed by just the noun, no verb, and a comma because we're having a result. She went out. In spite of the rain, she went out. And we can also change the order. Here we're having, although it was raining, she went out. This is the first and this is the second. We can change the order, and when you change the order, we are now going to use the comma. So she went out, although it was raining. So no commas are used in here. It's only a full stop by the end. In spite of the rain, she went out. We can start with the result clause. She went out in spite of the rain. So just change the order and take out the comma because we don't need it anymore. Let's try to use here as soon as and when. Some of them will be used with the past tense. When the movie ends, I go to bed. We will use in here. When the movie ends, I will go to bed. So it ends, then go to bed. It organizes the ideas. I feel relaxed when I finish my project. I will feel relaxed when I finish my project. So at the beginning, it will be finishing, then we will have the feeling. As soon as they finish talking, they go home. As soon as they finish, they will go. Finish, then go. The last one, she get into the bus as soon as it arrives. She will get into the bus as soon as it arrives. At the beginning it arrives, then we will have the other one, she will get into it. So it will put your ideas in the correct order. How about so that? What do we use so that with? We use I will say he is so sick, just like this sentence. He is so sick. How sick? We can describe that he was so sick that he couldn't go to work. How cold was it? How hot was it? How difficult was it? So it was so difficult that something else happened. Here, he was sick. I know that he's sick. He was sick, but how sick? He couldn't go to work. How about here? Cold weather. It was so cold. Then, how cold was it? I can't feel my hands. It's not only cold, very cold, so cold. I couldn't feel or I can't feel my hands. Then the idea of used to and would. Used to for actions that happened in the past. We use used to actually and would. Used to, it will be followed by the verb. Used to go, used to study. And we use used to for past habits and states. He used to have long hair. He used to sell the newspapers. And the negative is didn't use to. How about would? It carries the same meaning, so it will be I would, maybe he would sell newspapers. However, it is only used for past habits, for actions, not would have long hair, no. Then we will have would not and plus the verb, if it is in the negative. Let's try to use it in here, page 42. Here, the use of used to and would. If you can use used to, you can use would. However, would can't be always used instead of used to. Before the internet, people have computers or even cell phones. So, no internet, no computers, no cell phones. People didn't use to have no computers and no cell phones. People speak together on landline phones. Here, they used to speak. They would speak because it is actually an action. People used to be more friendly. We can't say would. They use their phones to take digital images. No photos within the phones. So, they didn't use to use. They didn't use to take photos, let's say. They take photos with cameras that needed a special roll of film. So, in here, they used to take or they would take. They would take pictures or photos with cameras that need a roll film. They print the photos on special kind of paper and put them in a photo album. They used to print or they would print. So in here you can use print, however, because whenever it is a state, describing someone's state, you can't use would. Speaking about there is and there are with singular and plural nouns, we'll put them all together. Nouns in English, in every language, are whether singular, it refers to only one, or it is plural. Singular, like village, man, one village, and we're having one boy and one newspaper. If we're speaking about plural, we're speaking about more than one, 2, 3, or more. Plural. So, we can say village, villages, man, men, the irregular, boy, boys, and we're having newspaper, we're having many newspapers. With the singular, we will use there is, it is only one, so I will use there is. However, with the plural, more than one, you will use there are. Okay, so these they are. Let's try to use there is and there are in here to describe these things. And here we're having a clock, and let's say, yes, that here is we're having a clock. We will say, there is a clock. It is only, we will use is because it is one. How about in here, we're having books. I will say, there are books, not one, we're having a group. Next, we're having here 2 bookshelves. So I will say, there are 2 bookshelves. How about the computer? It's only one. I will say, there is a computer. So speaking about one or more than one, there is and there are. Okay, Then speaking about the definite articles. Articles are whether they are definite, specific. I know what I'm speaking about. Or let's say, can I have a book? It means any book. The English, the Arabic, the geography book. It doesn't matter. We will focus on the definite article. It means, can I have the book that we have spoken about? We can use it with singular, with one, or with more than one, with the plural. So I can say a book, the book, and the books. And it comes before them. The before the noun, which is book. Like here, I get a dress, so I'm speaking about any dress, then the dress, because this one I have referred to it already, and you know what I'm speaking about. And also we can use the, and you will use it within the first mention, like the moon or the sun. You will use it because it is just like the internet, something that is special and everyone knows about it. When I say sun, you will know which sun I'm speaking about. It's only one. Let's try to use the articles in here. The cell phone has completely changed the way we communicate and interact with the digital world today. Modern cell phone, here we will use the, because here we have already referred to cell phone. The modern cell phone or smartphone is all you need to be informed about what is happening in world around you, in the world, because the world is only one of its kind. The world around you. From cell phones, we will use nothing in here. From cell phones, you can not only make calls and send text messages, but you can also send emails. We will use nothing in here because they are not specific. Emails go on the internet. Why the internet? Because it is only one internet and it is something that everyone is familiar with. Go on the internet, buy things, bank online, listen to the news because it's something that everyone knows about it in real time, and much more. Nowadays, there is no longer a need to own more than one device. A cell phone covers it all. It is one cell phone covers all of them. It is a digital camera, it is an internet browser, it is everything that you need to do. Then we have discussed to give the meaning of some new words. It is actually from the discussion lesson. Match the expression with the definition. Let me read the definitions in here. To be excited about, to benefit from, to be on a trip, and to be very important. And the last one, which is E, bring in from another country. Let's try to match them. Number one, to be on the road. Someone is on the road. It means that he is on a trip. I'm on the road, I am on a trip. Import. What is importing? Is to bring from another country. We don't make it in our country, so we will buy it, we will get it. Import, and if you sell something, export. Exporting. Take advantage of. From the word advantage is to benefit. The benefit of something. How about something that is urgent? You usually an urgent email, urgent news. It will be important and very important. I look forward to meeting you. I am excited about the idea of meeting you. These are some expressions that you can refer to page 33 for more explanation about this. I guess that is it for the lesson today, and thank you so much for your time.